everybody, and welcome back to Beboss Kitchen. Welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. Tonight for Clayton and myself for dinner, I'm going to make a casserole dish. It didn't have a name. It was another video I saw, but it looked really good. And this dish is a Middle Eastern style casserole. And so I'm just calling it rice and chicken Mid-East style, or Mid-Eastern style. So I want to start by showing you the list of ingredients that it takes to make this and get this underway. So let's get started by showing you the list of ingredients. You will need a pyrex dish, chicken, onion, bell pepper, tomato, carrots. I'm using jalapeno peppers. It calls for hot peppers. Garlic, parsley, cardamom, cloves, stick cinnamon, bay leaves, lemon juice, distilled vinegar, olive oil, salt to taste, cumin, paprika, black pepper, turmeric, and sweet peas, basmati rice, and thyme. Okay, we'll take our spices. I have cumin, paprika, pepper, and turmeric, and I will add some salt to this, and I'm going to mix this all together, and this is going to go on top of the chicken. Now that I have the spices all combined, I'm going to sprinkle these over my chicken. Now the recipe calls to use a whole chicken, and I did not have a whole chicken. I had some drumsticks, and that's what I wanted to use, so that's what I'm doing. I have 5 drumsticks here, so I'm just going to sprinkle these spices over the chicken. And now I'm going to add a little bit of thyme to this. I don't want a lot. Thyme is kind of a strong spice. Now you do want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So I've got my oven hot. Okay, that's all the thyme I'm going to put in that. Alright, and now I want to add my lemon juice and my vinegar. And my olive oil. It calls for 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, and I want to just mix this all together. I want to coat my chicken really well. All right, now I am going to set this aside. I'm going to pull my gloves off and set this aside. And now I'm going to take my Pyrex dish. I'm using one that's a little bit deeper. It's not quite as long as an 11 by 13, but it holds as much as an 11 by 13. It's deeper, and I wanted it a little bit deeper, so I'm using that. All right, now to my Pyrex dish, I'm going to add a chopped onion that this is 1 onion that I've already chopped, and this is bell pepper that I had in my freezer out of our garden. So that's a bell pepper, a tomato, chopped tomato, a sliced carrot. Now I did 2 carrots because they were just kind of a medium size, and so I did 2. A tablespoon of garlic. This was 4 large cloves of garlic that I used. Some chopped parsley. Now it showed the cardamom seeds, but I could not find any. And so I'm gonna guesstimate, and I'm gonna do probably about a half a teaspoon of cardamom, a few cloves, I'm gonna do about 5 or 6 cloves, a stick of cinnamon, and 2 bay leaves. And now I'm going to just mix this all together really well. Okay, and now I'll place my chicken on top. And to this now I'm going to add 2 cups of water. Now I'm going to cover this with parchment paper and foil. Okay, and I'll place this in my oven that's preheated to 400, and it will bake for 40 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, it has been 40 minutes that this has been in the oven baking. And so I'm going to remove the foil and parchment paper off of this. And I'm going to remove my chicken. Okay, now to this, I've had 3 cups of rice that I washed thoroughly, and I had it soaking in water while this was in the oven. So I'm going to add my rice to this dish, and I'm just going to mix this all together really well. I'm going to sprinkle, first of all, before I do that, let me take these spices that I have, which is pepper, salt, paprika, cumin, and this is chicken bouillon. It called for vegetable bouillon, but I didn't have any vegetables, so I'm using chicken. And I'm just going to mix this all together. And I'm going to sprinkle this on top of this rice before I mix it in. Okay, now I'm going to mix all of this in with the vegetables. And I will be adding some additional water to this. This, I think, is going to be quite a bit of rice, but anyway, I'm doing it like the recipe called for, so we may be eating this for a week. Who knows? Okay, now to this, I'm going to sprinkle in 1/2 cup of sweet peas. And I'm going to need 4.5 cups of water. This is two more cups, and now 1/2. And now I'm going to add some jalapeno peppers. It called for hot peppers. They did not have anything at the grocery store but jalapenos, and I had jalapenos in the freezer that Clayton and I grew in our garden, so that's what I'm using. Okay, and now I'm going to place my chicken back on top of this. going to recover this with the same parchment paper and foil that I used. I'm going to put it back on top of it, place it back in the oven, and it will bake for 30 more minutes. So when it gets through baking, I'll bring it back out and we'll see how it looks at that point. Okay, my dish has finished baking. And so let's take the foil and parchment off and see how this looks. Oh my gosh, that looks great. This looks really, really good. It smells absolutely wonderful. This is going to have to cool off, I think, just a little bit before we can eat it. It's super, super hot, but I'm going to remove the bay leaves. I'm going to take those out. And the stick cinnamon, I'm going to remove that. And now I'm just going to garnish the top of this with some chopped parsley. I think my husband, he's home, so I think I may con him out of the recliner to come in and do a taste test in just a minute for you. So I'll be right back.
That looks delicious.
Okay, this is my taste tester. He is going to experience this because I have no idea how this is going to taste. I've never made it. He's amazed with how it looks with the drumsticks lying up there.
I said to Joyce, what if this don't taste good? She said, well, we'll be honest. I said, so.
So we're going to be honest. We'll tell you the truth about it.
Just a small amount, babe.
He says a small amount. Wait till he's not on camera. He's trying to play the role here, but okay. All right. Give that a try.
Okay.
And let everybody know what you think about it.
Is it really hot?
It's steaming. I don't know spicy-wise if it's real hot. It may be.
This is my first taste test on camera, so.
Honestly.
That is good. The rice is good. Yeah. Now, this is another story. It's going to be hot, too.
Oh, yeah, it is. He doesn't like foods that are hot temperature-wise. I do. I like my food really hot. I like my coffee really hot. He drinks his about almost cold.
Joyce.
Is that good?
It's tender. It's not greasy. It tastes good.
What about the spice in it? How does the...
It's zesty. It's good. It's interesting.
Is it? It's got an interesting flavor with all the combinations.
I'll tell you later.
No, you tell us now.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, now I'm going to taste it. And I'm going to use his fork.
It's warm.
It's good, but it needs more salt.
I wanted to say that.
Well, I told you to be honest.
Well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
It's not going to hurt my feelings.
I think it needs more salt, honey.
It needs more salt. Let me try the chicken. I mean, after all, that is quite a bit of rice in there for no more salt than what it called for. But it tastes good. It has just a little tiny bite. It's really good. And now for the chicken. It needs more salt. And it definitely needs more salt, but it tastes good. Okay. When we shut this camera down,
I'm going to go at it.
And we're going to put the salt shaker on the table. Other than that, I wouldn't change a thing about it. It's very, very tasty. It is kind of unique in flavor, but it's not anything real off the wall. I wasn't sure with all the different spices how that was going to be, but it tastes really good. So, that being said, is it a keeper?
I hope we're going to have this for dinner tonight.
We are going to have it for
Because
dinner.
I am very hungry.
But what about for dinner
Yes.
for tomorrow and the next day and the next day? Because we got quite a large
I'll
dish.
take some with me to the sawmill.
Okay. All right. But now, do you think that this is a dish that you would like for me to cook again at a later date?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys heard it. It's a keeper. So, we're going to sign off now. And until the next time, I'm Beba, and this is
Clayton.
better known as Woodchuck to me. And we're saying, may the Lord bless and keep you and your family safe. And until we see each other again, you have a great day.
God bless you all.
We're going to have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Bye.